Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our first adventure of the evening, which I have entitled Supermarket Sweep, uh, a name I made up completely. And before we get into it, as always, we are going to introduce our characters today. So, without further ado, a character we haven't seen in a little bit. We have returning Crazy Cat Lady, the Tabaxi Warlock. Crazy Cat Lady, hello.
Hello there.
Now, do you like to be referred? Do you do you like to be referred to as Crazy Cat Later? Like, are those your three names, first, middle, last?
That is what people call me.
Okay. So, would you like to be called like Crazy or Cat Lady, maybe, or just the whole thing every time?
Well, most people just call me that crazy cat lady.
All right, then I will do the same.
So, like, if you want to just call me crazy, that's fine.
Yeah, call you Crazy, and Crazy Cat Lady. Would you remind us? You naturally have an incredible affinity for cats.
Yes.
Uh, what kind of like cat-based skills are you bringing to the table as an adventurer?
Well, I can hook up a furball if you want. I mean, but I don't know how useful that would be in an adventure.
I
There's
guess
no
we'll
such
have to
thing
wait
shitting
and
a
see.
fur. I can scratch things. I can do magic. But that
Oh well,
has nothing to do with being a cat.
that's very important as being able to do magic. I think that'll get you through. Crazy Cat Lady, it's good to have you back. All right, and next up we have, I believe, a first-time adventurer here in the land of DnDTime. Welcome to North Love. North Love, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself? Hello.
Well, I suppose we should start off with the simple. I am North Love, one of the, many of the Love family. Um, you know the phrase "all who wander." I forget how it
Are,
goes.
are not
Basically,
lost,
I'm
yeah.
lost as hell. I was sailing in here, got in a bit of a weird storm, ended up wherever the heck I am now.
Yes, here in the land of DnDTime, and since you've got lost and got here, what made you want to take up with Bartholomew's adventuring troop? Is that is the group that you're a member of here on these adventures?
Well, I mean, what's the phrase? If you can't beat them, join them. But I haven't tried beating anyone yet. That's probably not going to end well.
Well, well, we're always
Just to
happy
get a
if we
better
have.
feeling of the land, I suppose. Maybe get some
Certainly.
adventures to add to my repertoire, a little story to tell, and however we find our way back to wherever it was we were.
I hope that you are able to navigate your way, and certainly there is no better outfit with which to get a bearing of the land, as it ranges you all over this
Man,
particular
I hope
area.
so.
Indeed. North Love, I hope that you find your way, and welcome to the land of DnDTime.
Thanks.
Of course. Next up, we have returning Lana Coheir. Lana, how are you?
I'm doing well.
And Lana, tell me, what's been new with you? What's been happening with the Minotaur, Lana Coheir?
Not a whole lot really. I've mostly been taking care of the little.
Indeed, indeed. And how is your how is your son?
Being ornery as ever, as children.
Lana, being a Minotaur, you have those big Minotaur horns. I was curious, are those like a lot of upkeep? Do they kind of just like grow out and then stop, or do you have to constantly kind of like trim them and kind of shave them down?
Uh, we they do tend to keep growing as we get older, but they do break off occasionally, and
Mm.
as you participate in combat and stuff like that, it just wears them down.
Certainly, there are a lot of magic blades out there that can be a little bit harder than bone or the material that your horns are made of, which I suppose bone is probably the incorrect one. Ivory, perhaps. Well, Lana, it is good to have you adventuring once more, and I'm glad to hear that your son is doing well. And last, but of course not least, we have returning Navera. Navera, how are you this evening?
I'm doing as well as one can be.
And that sounds, as well as one can be, that sounds almost pessimistic a bit. Navera, is there something bothering you?
It's been a while since my last job with Bartholomew, and between that time, I've been following every lead I can to track down those Fae, and nothing has
Nothing
been
yet.
uncovered.
Well,
So-
such personal journeys can sometimes take a long time. I'm sorry you haven't found any leads yet, but perseverance may be the key.
Thank you.
Not a problem. And Navera, how did you kind of feel about your last sort of trip to the beach? Was Bartholomew's adventuring troop what you were expecting?
I would be lying if I said it was. I'm just hoping that this new adventure proves to be less inane than the first one had initially seemed to be.
I have no doubt that your expectations will not be met in this particular instance, and I welcome you back. It's good to see you again. And last but not least, I believe I said that last time, but I was mistaken, as this is the fabled, I guess this is the storied 5-adventurer game. We also have with us tonight, and forgive me if I'm pronouncing this incorrectly, we have Nyere. Am I saying that right?
I'm sorry. So you don't speak Ant. I apologize. I
Oh,
apologize.
that's fine. That's fine. But did I say? Oh, wait, it's so your name is.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Now, just for short and for my own convenience, can I call you Al?
Sure you
Oh,
can.
Great. So Al, tell us a little bit about yourself. What brings you to the land of DnDTime, and what had you take up with Bartholomew's adventuring troop?
Well, you see, this is kind of my giving back to the community. You know, I have this 10,000 platinum startup. I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's Antazon. We're one of the biggest shipping companies in all of the DnDTime. So
And naturally, this is probably why Bartholomew brought in for this particular job, which is heavily involved with some local retailers.
probably, sometimes, I just want to give back to my community, do a little community service, and this is it. Oh yeah, and I like to collect that, interesting currency.
I mean, naturally, who wouldn't? And I'm glad to see that, well, you have such profitable business ventures, but you still take the time to look after, well, just the rest, the other people of the world. That's very good of you, Al.
Thank you.
Of course. And without further ado, let us hop into our adventure tonight. As I mentioned, you will be engaging to a degree with a local retailer. It's a place by the name of Derry's Deals, which is a retail outlet in East Town, a town to the east of Central City. From what little you may know about East Town in just the land of DnDTime, it is a town of relative chaos. Their building and kind of the design of the space is very kind of wild. Each architectural style is unique for each building. A lot of the times the buildings are just kind of haphazardly stocked on top of each other, and people of all walks of life seem to live there. It's always busy, always a buzz, excellent fireworks in the summer, and East Town is where you are headed now, and specifically, as I said, to Derry's Deals. You were sent there by Bartholomew, the wizard and the kind of resident quest giver here in the land of DnDTime, and he sent you there because he wants you to go to this retail outlet and get a limited edition driftglobe. Apparently they have a pretty good stock of magic items, and they're getting in a new driftglobe that was created by, well, a pretty renowned mage by the name of Reuben Goldmage. And this driftglobe is apparently just a sight to behold. And he wants you to go pick one up, but apparently there also weren't a lot of shipments in. It's going to be pretty competitive shopping here in the in Derry's Deals tonight. So he wants you to go in line for the kind of midnight opening of the store to hop in and see if you can get one of these drift globes. So where we officially kind of step into tonight's adventure, you are all kind of standing in line outside of Derry's Deals. It's getting pretty late on in the evening, and as you first arrived, you saw that there were sort of an immense number of people in line, all kind of crowded out and circled around you. You kind of worked your way in, and you've been standing for a while everyone just waits, presumably for this very limited release. People are kind of speaking in hushed whispers, talking and conversing among themselves casually while they wait for the store to open. And that's where all of you are. The 5 of you are now just kind of waiting. You can see that there are a couple of store employees, Derry's Deals employees. They wear very kind of bright green shirts and pants, identifying them as members of the store. They have name tags. You can see there's a gnome walking past you now, a bright kind of name tag on his shirt that just says WAP, or rather WAPO, and you can see he's kind of looking at you. All right, everyone, make sure you stand in a nice orderly line here. We're going to, the store should be opening pretty soon, and I will inform you in advance there is a very limited release. And he's kind of calling now to the people that are a little bit farther back in line than you. It is unlikely that, let me rephrase, it is impossible that everyone here will be able to get one of the gold mange drift globes. So please just, well, I'm just warning you now that a lot of you are waiting here for nothing. I mean, we have a number of other great deals tonight. And as he's kind of saying this, he's trying to like talk some of the people out of the line and they're walking away. What are you guys doing as you're just standing in line waiting to get in?
Navera is complaining and looking around at the eclectic town and basically going, why were 5 of us needed to stand in line? This is degrading. And 2, this place's architecture is about as eclectic as its name is unimaginative, and it is hurting my eyes.
It's not the worst job I've ever taken up, that's for sure.
I don't know why they didn't just hire my company. We could have gotten this drift globe to Bartholomew in less than an hour. I don't understand, but it's okay. It's all good.
What is a drift globe? Is this one of them like wizard things?
And the gnome is kind of walking. Oh, you're not familiar with drift globes, but you're here for it. I'm surprised. I know they have a high sell value, and a lot of people are trying to scalp them. Or, well, we'll see if any of them get it. But it's just a small orb, and it floats around and gives off light. It's a useful tool for dungeoneering and stuff like that. They're largely pretty basic. However, if you well, some people like to collect them, and this one is certainly a collector's item. I heard just the production of it was an immense thing.
Huh.
So you're telling me that it's a torch?
It's sort of like a floating torch in a sphere. It's a glass sphere that gives off light, like a floating torch, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's a torch on a Tensor's floating disk. All right, got it.
Closer, but little. And he kind of holds up his hand and he kind of makes a shape. It looks like he's holding it up like the size of a baseball or so. And that's the
okay.
object.
Isn't...
Why is it such? I guess because it's like a collector's item or something. But
I think it's just a limited edition. Fear of missing out, you know. And as he's saying that, you see another a human worker wearing the bright green walks over and speaks, and she leans down and whispers in this gnome's ear, and his eyes just kind of widen. All right, we're going to be opening in about 30 minutes. However, I've just received notice that unfortunately, the shipment of drift globes that we were receiving tonight was significantly smaller than anticipated. Unfortunately, we only received 1 drift globe in, everyone. So, and he just kind of like looks around. You hear a lot of like groans and murmurs from the crowd around. So we'll be opening shortly.
Wait, did you say there's only 1 drift globe?
Yeah, the people behind you, that's exactly what he said, and the people behind you are now getting very agitated. A ton of people are just kind of walking away disappointed. The people in front of you, as you're closer to the front of the line, are starting to like tense up and get nervous. And the entire air here in the line kind of shifts.
There is only one solution for this thing. You must kill the other customers for that.
Excuse me. There is no murder within Derry's Deals that is completely up against our protocol.
Then we shall kill them before they enter your store.
And
I think it has to do with the lot of the land that the building is on, and rather than whether or not they're in the land. It's like
you can see in front of you, there's a few people that do seem to be like rolling in packs. And as you say that, there's like a group of lizard folk. They kind of look around at you, who are like a little bit farther up than you in line, Crazy Cat Lady. They turn around and look at you, and one of them's kind of like brandishing what looks like a hooked blade that they're starting to pull out. As you look at, Back off. You're 3 steps behind us. There's no way you're getting that drift globe. Why don't you just go home?
Navera's kind of at this point just silent and wondering if she could possibly sneak past everyone while they're arguing to just steal the globe.
Yeah, the door is still closed. You're still in the line outside, so you'll have to. You could probably like maybe try and sneak forward in the line though.
Ah, yeah, sneak forward then.
Crazy Cat Lady uses Awaken Mind to speak to the lizards to say, "I will feast on your entrails."
Wow. I thought I was just getting into a simple just getting an errand for somebody. Maybe learning the land. Instead, we're getting into a what is it called when you get a bar fight, but it's in front of a general store?
A normal fight.
A name that we're not going to discuss because it's not. And now, as you're saying this, so you Navera, you were sneaking up. Go ahead and make me a stealth check.
I was also
Right.
sneaking up. It's all good.
Okay,
Crazy
you want to
Cat
sneak up
Lady.
too? Also, I see you already rolled your stealth check. Excellent. You rolled an 11. All right, as you kind of go to brush past the lizard, both of you, as you go to brush past the lizard folk who are your first obstacle there, they just kind of like hold their arms up like, absolutely not. You think you're going to cut us in line? Please, we've been waiting in here for 4 hours for this drift globe.
Navera
You hear
looks
a voice
over to.
further up. Oh, go ahead.
Navera looks over towards their very large Minotaur friend and beckons for Lana to come over.
And Lana, you kind of beckon, and as you beckon to Lana, Lana is able to move up to the front. And the lizard folk are looking up.
Okay, what's your plan?
Lana, you're a bit of a robot again. But you're definitely looking intimidating as you're just kind of standing there.
Navera looks, I suppose, up at them again and goes, "Would you like to repeat what you just said?"
And the lizard folk, go ahead and make
What's
me an
the plan?
intimidation. Go ahead and make me an intimidation check.
Me or Lana?
I would say you, and then with advantage if Lana. Do you want to assist?
I will use the help action. I will.
Okay,
help.
yeah, cool. You can help. 8.
Okay.
And he kind of looks at you and he goes, "What I said was no cutsies." And up behind him, you hear kind of a dwarven voice call out, "Doesn't matter. You think you're going to be getting in front of us? We'll be getting that drift globe." Another voice calls out, "Oh, you think you're getting the drive? I'm first in line." And there's just a lot of you kind of help as you can, but there's a lot of like.
I help very well.
Wait, what happens?
When you use the help action to help another creature, you may also make a bite attack against a creature of your choice.
You're just going on straight up ahead and biting this dude?
Yeah.
You just
Alright.
bit someone.
All right, go ahead and roll for initiative.
Oh, jeez. What have you guys done?
I was just helping. I don't know what you're talking about.
I say we
Helping
put
usually
down
doesn't
the ad.
involve biting people.
Oh, is that not how you help here? I'm
No,
sorry.
that's not how I help.
Oh,
Did it roll mine?
they were kind of like, they were watching you and they were expecting it, but they did not fully expect it to come to blows. They thought they would just kind of talk their way out of it. And then you reach down and bite at him. So that bite attack is going to hit. Go ahead and roll damage on that bite.
I did. It's the 5 sneak and the 5 piercing.
All right. I would. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I'll say that you had advantage on that attack. I'll say this sneak attack right here. So for 10 points of damage, you bite and you take a huge gash out of this lizard folk's arm. The gnome kind of that was there, Wapo, kind of looks over at you. Just no fighting out. And as he's saying that as well, you see down towards the doors, you see one of the Aarakocra that are kind of standing up at the front of the line, just reach over and kind of grab the door handle and just kind of pull it aside and just start kind of swarming in. People are starting at the back of the line to kind of like coalesce and move towards the front, as it looks like since shit has hit the fan, people are just trying to like smash and grab and get in there and get this drift globe. And that's the state as initiative kicks off. And actually the first to act in initiative is still going to be Al. Al, what do you want to do?
Hey, I'm sorry, friend. Here, 100 gold to just walk away. You don't want to die today.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, and I'll give you advantage because he's at 5 health.
Okay.
And you're handing him 100 gold. I think that's fair.
Okay.
He takes the 100 gold, and he just looks at it, and, well, he can't do anything because it's not his turn, but he, like, just kind of, like, takes it, looks at the wound, and nods at you. There's still a couple of lizard folk that are in the area, and that's going to be all for your turn, it sounds like.
I'm going to try to move towards closer.
All right, yes. So you start pushing through, unless you're using, like, you take a full round action, essentially, to try and, like, athletics your way past people.
Okay.
So
I can do that.
You can't get any closer while you're also doing the persuasion check. And,
all right, no problem.
So that's going to move us on to Navera.
Navera, first off, takes a moment to look at the Wereant person as if he's gone and done something stupid, which he has. And then she doesn't say anything, though, because she's already springing into action and looking not through the crowd this time, but slightly above it to see if there's anything she could use to swing her way forward like she would in the forest.
There's a flagpole up above. You'd have to, like, jump on someone's shoulders, and then you might be able to make a nice swinging kind of jump off of the flagpole.
She'll scale the very tall Minotaur lady.
I'll let you make for this. This is, I think, either acrobatics or athletics. So it's a feat of strength, but it also just requires a lot of dexterity and difficulty. So I'll let you pick.
I suppose acrobatics would fit more.
22. All right, yeah. So as soon as shit hits the fan, you kind of buy this lizard folk off. He's moving out of the way, and then you see behind you, Navera climbs up the back of Lana, jumps over, does like a swing off the flagpole. You see just a couple of quick light steps on the heads of a couple of dwarves, and you're a little bit behind the Aarakocra that have already kind of bursted through the door, but you're very close to the front.
Sweet.
And you still have an action if you would like to take one.
She doesn't want to turn this deadly because a fight in the town with a bunch of random customers isn't exactly honorable or even a social thing to do, sane. So I suppose she'll just try and threaten them. Just draw a knife and like stop there,
they're already like moving into the store like ahead of you.
Alright, yeah, never mind. No, she won't do anything then.
Okay, so yeah, you're just hanging, and that's going to. Oh, you can walk into the store a little bit because you're at the door now.
Oh yeah, well yeah, she's racing for the item all the time.
You're moving for as quick as you can. Excellent. In that case, that's going to bring us around next initiative to Lana. Lana, what do you want to do?
I'm still confused about what's going on.
No, not again.
You're completely robot. You might have to exit out and jump back in.
Try typing in the chat.
Lana has turned into a warforged.
Yeah, can't understand anything there. So in that case, Lana at the moment I think is just trying to bully her way to the front, and we'll let that resolve when she comes back. In that case, let's move on to North. North, what are you doing?
All right. So everything outside of combat. How's the path from here around the current scuffle into the store looking?
You see that it's starting to get polluted as people, like there's a few people ahead of you in line, but people are starting to kind of like swarm and form a tide like around the outside trying to get down the door. There's a lot of people trying to push past in order to like get to it. So there's obstacles in terms of just people trying to swarm this building.
Can I try to cajole my way, sort of keep my position in line more or less, and make my way inside while avoiding combat?
You're saying you're trying to you're not like trying to brush your way past, you're trying to charisma your way to the front of the line.
Well, a little bit of both. A little bit of politeness, a little bit of nudging my way through, but right now I don't really want to impale some random shopgoers because that sounds like a one-way ticket to jail.
Indeed. So in that case, why don't you go ahead and make me, I'll let you pick either athletics to kind of more physically get past, or a unskilled charisma to just try and kind of like, oh yes, excuse me, sir, excuse me, your way to the front.
Athletics, right?
Athletics or charisma, your pick.
I'll do an athletics because I really don't want to be stuck in with a bunch of like angry lizard folk.
All right, yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
So let's just yeet our way in there. Why'd it roll 2?
You're pushing past. You get past the lizard folk without any kind of issue. There's some very kind of brawny Durger that are in front of you. You heard of what sounded like a dwarven voice before, but you see them now. They have like the kind of gray skin of the deep dwarves, the Dwergar, or however you wish to pronounce them. So you get past those lizard folk, and they're like more focused on the threats from Crazy Cat Lady and on the owl who took quite a big bite out of who would appear to be their boss, and.
I'm trying less to like shove my way to the very front and more just trying to get in or keep in line. And
I think you do that. And you also kind of move past the lizard folk who are threatening you. So you're now kind of like next in line as people are moving their way forward.
All right.
And you have like well, that's kind of an action to push your way, and that's a move as well. So yeah, you're up close to the front at this point with that roll.
Could I I'll just kind of apologize to the lizard folk. Sorry for just trying to, or probably not apologize to them, but rather try to appear non-threatening, like I don't have anything to do with the actual
that's what I'm saying.
combat.
I think you've already kind of done that. Is you kind of just like they're not too focused on you, and you've moved politely.
I don't know these people. I'm not part of this.
I'm
just shopping.
Yeah, you're good on that. You're good on that front.
Okay.
And in that case, that's going to bring us to Crazy Cat Lady.
Okay. Let's see. I am going to. So, let's see. I kind of want to sort of move to the head of the line using feline agility.
Yeah, you can go ahead and Lana. Oh my God, Lana. We'll come back.
Just speed to the head of the line.
Go ahead and you're using your Go ahead and make me an athletics or acrobatics check with advantage because of your feline agility.
All right.
All right, 21. Yep, you're in the same category. You're in the same category as Navera, where you just duck and weave and kind of bob. Navera kind of is swinging above while you're just like running almost through people's feet with your incredible agility. Meanwhile, while North kind of slightly excuse me.
120 feet in one round.
Yeah, as you zip up
60
the
feet in
front.
one round.
Yeah, it's some of the movement is reduced by the nature of the line, but you get through and just start sprinting up through the store, and you actually end up a little bit ahead of Navera with that ability as well. That's going to also bring us to Lana. Lana, you just put your head down and just push through with your massive Minotaur form, and I think why you were able to get through so easily north. These people are just kind of like brushed out of the way. But I think with the way that you went, one of these lizard folks are actually going to take an opportunity attack at you as you're just throwing them straight out of the way, and their boss is already kind of endangered. So they're gonna take an opportunity attack at you as they're gonna try and bite onto you as you go past. A 23. Wow. I assume that hits you, Lana. If Lana is there, Lana hit for 4. We're having some technical difficulties on Sword's End, but off attack. You just barrel your way to the front, and you're right up next to Navera, now you're all inside the building as we moved on to all the foes' turns proper now, and the only one still in the area. You see that lizard folk that you paid off, Al, just kind of cuts and runs with his cash, and the other two are going to roll for their. They're going to roll for their courage after their leader abandons. Okay, one of them kind of maintains the course, but the other one just looks at what's going on and goes, "Boss, I want to cut her that. I want to cut." And he kind of also runs off Al as they take your bribe to just give up on this thing. One of them's still angry though, and is going to come after you, Al. And
darn. This is a bad move, friend. You shouldn't.
And he's going to swing at you, or actually, no, he's not going to swing at you. He's just going to bite at you.
Oh, man. That 18 will hit, but I'll take it.
That's an 18.
Yeah.
And then he's also going to use, because he has 2 attacks, he's going to kind of pulls out a kind of a light spear and goes to stab you, but I assume that 9 misses?
Not with that, no.
Yeah, and you duck out of the way as this lizard folk is very intent on taking you down now. The Dwergar are going to kind of rush in and kind of huddle in behind you, and they're kind of catching up with, they're kind of in their turn caught up with where the rest of you are already inside the store, but they're not seeming too intent on slowing you down. They're also trying to catch up with the Aarakocra, and you see Navera, Crazy Cat Lady, and Lana, all of you 3 who are already completely in, you can see them, just their wings spread. There's 3 of them, and they just, oh, I almost took out a lamp in this hotel. Their wings spread, and they whip off and begin dashing over the shelves of the store, flying towards the back corner. You can see some simple signs directing to where the drift globe display is going to be, and they seem to be taking an advantageous straight line to it as they just fly up ahead. And that is going to be all for their turn. They're just making a mad dash, and that's going to bring us to the top of the initiative. Excellent. Which is, I believe it was Al. You are the first one up. There's one more lizard folk in front of you. What do you want to do?
I tried to give you a chance out, my friend. But if you must do it your way, I pull out my... All right. I attack.
Roll damage. That hits. 6 points of piercing damage. You stab into him. He kind of and kind of grits his teeth as he's still kind of bearing his javelin down upon you. Anything else on your turn?
Are you sure you don't want to leave? You still have an opportunity.
He kind of go ahead and make me another an intimidation check. He showed his bravery, but he might not be. He might not be fully brave. Make an intimidation check. No, he wants to fight you for sure. He 100% wants to battle you. He kind of grits his teeth and leans in, just, you do too, as he seems like he wants to just intimidate you out of the space. And that's going to bring us next initiative to Navera. Navera, what do you want to do? The Aarakocra are flying over shelves ahead of you, and they have a huge lead. There's a bunch of Dwergar around you, but they're not super paying attention to you right now.
Yes, I have a bit of an idea, but it does need... Can you cast a spell and still move?
Yep, absolutely. The movement
cool.
was limited before, but now you're in kind of an open space now that you're kind of cleared into the store.
Sweet. Okay, Navera brings out a grasshopper leg from who knows what, an invisible pocket, and casts jump on herself.
Woo! And so you jump, and then you're going to run up and jump on top of the shelves?
I was thinking of aiming to jump on top of a Aarakocra or whatever they're called.
Since it takes an action to cast the spell and they use their dash action to just run, essentially, they're a little bit ahead of you.
Okay, yeah, so get on top of the shelves and start jumping over those.
Excellent, though. Yeah, you begin dashing across the store, ignoring the signs. You see Navera just go straight for the thing, and then an incredible mighty leap, sending you up like 15 feet into the air to land gracefully on top of one of the shelves. You don't need to roll because you just can jump that high now. And yeah, you're keeping the closest of pursuits. You see the Dwergar are looking around and seeing like the Aarakocra. They're starting to get like, you can see them being like, oh no, there's no way we're going to keep up with these people. As we move now on to Lana. Lana, you with us now?
It seems so.
That'd be a no.
Yeah, looks like Lana's still having some...
I hear you fine.
Okay, I can hear you as well. So what do you want to do, Lana? You're in the store proper, you brush past everyone with that critical athletics check, and there's some Dwergar around you and Aarakocra that are forging ahead towards the drift globe.
Well, I'm going to just keep on forging ahead then.
All right, just going to follow the path and just dash action?
Yep.
All right, you take the dash action and you keep running and chasing after. The Minotaur's kind of like barreling through. I imagine there's signposts as you kind of got your head down that just get tossed and sundered and pushed to the side as you run and chase after the leaders to the pack. As we move now to north. You waited in line. You waited in line to the point, and now you just have you can just walk in for free. Not even gonna do anything.
All right, yeah, I'll just do that. I'll just meander on in.
You step in pretty casually.
This is most definitely not a general goods store I've ever seen.
Looking
Not
around,
used
there's
to the
all manner
aisles.
of magic items. Yeah, I was gonna say there's aisles, but looking around, there's also all manner of like magic items and things like that for sale.
Yeah, this is fairly new to me. I'm kind of used to this sort of thing where it's like, this looks more like a storehouse than an actual store. Goodness. So I'm gonna like look around. You know, obviously they're going. Everyone's kind of rushing in that general direction, but I mean, like, I'm just kind of taking in my surroundings, just befuddled that there's the modern marvel of a convenience store.
Yeah, a Walmart essentially is what you're in.
Yeah.
Fantasy Walmart.
So, like, I guess I'll just kind of go with the flow of everyone else while I look around, just kind of take in the
Alright.
deals and what's in this fantastical new surrounding.
Go ahead and make a perception check as you're looking around.
Yeah.
All right. You're taking in the atmosphere of the space. You see all of the various tools and contraptions. You can see that group of Dwergar who were starting to like break off and go after, who were trying to rush to the driftglobe initially. You can see them moving over to the side and starting to just grab stuff off of the shelves, as looks like what they're looking to do. Just you recognize some very iconic like adventuring items that they're starting to take. You see like a few immovable rods they grab. It looks like off of shelves. You see them doing things like going after what looks like a portable hole in some space. And whatever they're doing, they seem to be like setting up some kind of camp here. And as you're taking in the store, I think you notice that while everyone else is forging ahead after the Aarakocra.
Right. Yeah. I'll keep heading. I'm gonna keep heading in that direction, but I mean, like, I'm just kind of like.
Yeah, you're walking at a more leisurely pace.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it. All right, so you start stepping down the aisles relatively casually, and you're seeing kind of what's going down here. And that's going to bring us next in initiative to Cat Lady, I believe, right?
Can I interrupt real quick? Oh, there's one thing. Are there any like limes? Are there any limes on sale? That's one thing I'm kind of keeping an eye out for. Is like
just fruits and veggies. There seems to be a grocery section a little bit off to your left. So for sure, you notice that there are groceries. It's not in the same direction as like the driftglobe, but just to your left, like there's a nice little mini grocery store.
Okay, I won't go that way until like on our way back. The driftglobe thing is definitely top priority, even if I have no idea where I am or entirely what it is, other than like a whatever he described, a disc torch thing.
All right.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
It's fine.
You've located the limes. As we move now on to Crazy Cat Lady.
All right. Crazy Cat Lady's gonna dash towards driftglobe.
All right, you're just running along the path, dashing quick as you can. You were a little bit ahead of Lana to begin with, and now your speed is no longer doubled, right? Or is it still?
I believe it's only doubled for one turn.
Okay, yeah. So it got you ahead initially, but now basically you're moving at the same pace as Lana, just further up, and you can see the Aarakocra kind of disappearing above the shelves. You watch as Navera kind of bounds over one like above you as this kind of strange pursuit is happening. As this very old Tabaxi woman. I just imagine that you're old, but I guess you don't have to be old to be a crazy cat lady. But this crazy cat lady is just
I love the idea of her being old, but so, just go with it.
running down the hallways, and so you're also keeping pace with Dash, and that's going to bring us to the Aarakocra's turn, and that's all faux turns. The Dwergar, you see behind you, the only one who picked up on this was North, but they seem to have given up, and they're just trying to like make a stand here at the cash register when someone comes back with it, the Aarakocra, you see one of them kind of dash ahead and dive into an aisle, and they just kind of call out, "Caw!" And you see just a single hand holding up what looks like the driftglobe, Navera, from your position on the top. As they kind of emerge, it looks like they have gotten the item and are trying to make their way back to the cash register with it, as they have, they just went straight to run in a straight line to get to it. And that's going to be all for the foe turns. Actually, wait, I'm sorry, there's a lizard folk. There's a deadly encounter with a lizard folk who has not gone down. And that lizard folk is still coming after you, as they're going to go after you with a javelin. 14.
Not with that. Nope, that doesn't hit.
Oh, nice. And then that's also definitely not going to hit in that case. He goes to bite you, the javelin goes to stab you. Dodge out of the way as this terrible blob. Like, the people that were trying to go in and, like, swarm the store are just too intimidated by just the actual, like, knife fight that's happening outside, a sword fight. So a lot of people are just not going in the store now as a result of this, which is probably good for your overall cause. As we move to the top of the initiative, Al, you're locked in deadly melee.
Are you sure you don't want to leave? 100 gold right now. Walk away.
He seems, after that one intimidation check, he feels like he has the upper hand for sure. He doesn't look like he wants to leave.
Fine. Have it your way. Here you go.
22 is going to hit. Roll damage.
I tried not to. My
You
friend.
tried your best, but he wasn't having it, and he dies a glorious death. As he goes to stab at you, you kind of lean in, you say, "Have it your way," and you catch him right about the neck. This lizard folk is dead here at Walmart.
I will casually walk forward as I lick the blade off.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, no one else is coming in the store anymore. The people that are in the store are the people that are in the store as you walk unimpeded into the foyer, where you see Durgar setting up their traps. And that's going to be... yeah, actually, you have a full view of this, too, because you're just looking at it from this perspective. You see the Durgar are taking, like, immovable rods and making, like, an immovable rod, like, minefield in the sky and, like, creating barriers and stuff with them. They've also set up some, like, portable hole pitfalls here in the opening area that you're kind of noticing that they're trying to put together. As we move on to the top of the initiative, or no, that was the top of the initiative, we're moving on to Navera. What do you want to do, Navera? You're on the top. One of them has a drift globe.
Okay, this might be a little far-fetched, but can Navera bound off of one of the shelves, cast fog, bound off one of the shelves, snatch it from their hand, and sprint towards the cash register?
Yeah, absolutely. That's all reasonable within one turn. So you're... actually, you probably can't cast fog and do it at once. You'd have to pick one or the other.
Just
set up
snatch
a fog for later. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to make a contested. You're gonna contest their sleight of hand with your own sleight of hand.
Oh god.
As you run up to them.
Right. Sleight of hand. That is. Here we go. Oof.
And they're gonna roll. Oh no. Oh, that was the Durgar. Well, we'll just use whatever. Keep the 5 because it wasn't that much different. One should have been a 6. You snap onto the sphere and they kind of go to pull it away, and you just lean in a little bit further, grasp hold of it, and land on the ground. It took your whole movement essentially to get to that point, so you start to run away, but you basically have it now, but they're all right surrounding you, but you see your 2 allies also barreling up the way, but you have the drift now in your hand. Yep, as we move on to Lana, you see your ally, they have the prize, but they're surrounded by foes, or by foes, I mean just shoppers who also want the object. So what do you wish to do, Lana?
Just
But how far away are they?
How far away? You can get there with a movement. They're about 30 feet.
Would it be possible if I ram through them?
Yeah, go ahead and make. You're trying to use your like tackle move that you have, aren't you?
Not necessarily an attack move, but just bellowing through them.
Yeah, just crash into them and knock them over. Go ahead and make a shove. So go ahead and make me an athletics check.
Does Navera have to do anything to dodge so that she's not also caught?
He can target with that.
Alright, cool.
Athletics. So that's going to be contested by their own dexterity. See how that goes. You go to take one down, and they kind of duck out of the way, and you kind of slide a little bit past, but you're now right up in the same space with all of them. You're all kind of there together, bundled up, as they're trying to snatch at the thing from Navera's hands, and that's going to bring us next to...
I'll use my bonus action to activate my
sorry.
rage.
Oh, yes, all right, you go into a rage. Yeah, I was going to say I would have let you have done it before, but it wouldn't have made a difference on the advantage. So yeah, you are now kind of fuming after this first attack or shove that missed, and that brings us now to North. North, you're kind of walking up a little bit more casually, but you can see in the distance your allies kind of struggling and battling over this drift globe. What do you want to do? You can see them like holding it up. It's pretty much
How much is the
described. It's a very
distance?
shiny baseball that Navera is holding. The distance, since you were walking a little bit slower, they were about 30 feet. You're about 60 feet. Yeah, so you'd have to be like a full dash to get there.
Okay. So I can see that they're like fighting midair over like bird people, right?
They're on the ground now. Navera they just pulled it up off the shelf, and then Navera grabbed it. So they're actually a little vulnerable right now on the ground.
Is there anything between me and them?
Nope, just a very long aisle.
All right. I will. I'll move up 30 feet.
All right, you get it closer.
Let me think. I'm thinking. I will get out. I'll get out my short sword, just for a defensive precaution.
All right.
And that'd be the end of my turn, right? I couldn't do any more actions, or
You can take out the short sword if you have an action. You can take one. We don't count drawing a sword as a action.
Gotcha. I'll try to. Actually, can I dash, or would that like?
Yeah, you can get right up in the fray if you want. That would be
Okay, I'll get my sword out and just bum rush myself to the front line.
All right, yeah, you draw the blade, and you're now right up in the fracas with everyone else battling over this this item. As we move now to, I believe there's now Crazy Cat Lady's turn. What do you want to do?
So right now everybody's fighting over the globe.
Everyone's fighting over the globe. Everyone's in like a pig pile right now over by where the globe is. You can see currently Navera has it held high in the air, this glimmering baseball, essentially.
All right.
It's the play.
Yeah, I do have something about player. Okay. I'm going to run over to where Nyere is and use Arms of Hadar.
All right, go ahead and... Oh, wait, you're just using Arms of Hadar on the whole area? Or is that a single target?
It's an AoE, I think.
For the record, you'll hit literally everyone with that.
Yeah, it's in a 10-foot radius, so that's the idea.
I don't think he'd hit me. Am I still far
Yeah,
away?
no, not Al.
Oh, you're gonna get it.
All right. I think this is the on the bounds of what I would say is the outside of PvP, potentially hitting foes as well. So I think it's fine. So you go and try to Arms of Hadar, and you can avoid. You can avoid hitting
a fellow player's just a happy accident.
And I think you can avoid in this case hitting. You can
hit
avoid
everybody
hitting
and not hit her.
You can hit everybody and not hit North.
Okay. That's the plan.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and roll that damage, but I will need Lana and Navera to make me whatever this save is as well.
And oh, come on. Why is it not showing up? Why you not show up?
Well, you can just tell me what the spell does, what the DC is, and what the save is, and
Yeah.
the damage manually.
DC is 13 and damage is 2d6 necrotic.
And is that a Wisdom save or a Dexterity save or Constitution?
Strength save actually.
Oh wow, Strength save.
Oh no.
I never thought Strength save would be the one. All right, so they're gonna all make Strength saves, and they've got incredible strength, and by that I mean 2 of them fail. Navera, you also fail. Go ahead and roll the damage on that. 5 points of damage.
And also they can't make reactions until next turn.
Ooh, that's pretty big. All right. So, sword, does sword take half of that?
Yeah.
Lana? Okay, Lana, you take 2 points of
Oh
necrotic
my
damage.
god, it's 5 points of damage.
Everyone else takes 5 points of damage. You watch as the bird people and some of you start to kind of like wither and wilt up, like they lose a few feathers as these terrible necrotic arms come out and start kind of pulling at people and hurting them. So in that case, that's all for your turn, I assume. The Aarakocra are terrified, but that's not enough to finish them off. That's going.
Like that succeeded to take half damage. So.
That's going to bring us to their turn. They're going to try and snag the globe. That's an 11 against you, Navera. If you want to roll a sleight of hand check to contest, they don't have advantage here. Yeah, you're good. Another one is. That's an 11 again. You got to beat the second one. Oof. He manages to grab it back and begins taking off. And as he does so, he's going to kind of zip past. You actually can't take reactions and catch him as he's running away because of the Arms of Hadar. However,
thanks, buddy.
You who were not struck by Arms of Hadar in this particular instance, that is going to be...
can I take a reaction?
Well, he's not flying over you because you're further down the hallway.
Is he flying towards me?
Be in it yourself.
No, I would have been at least within 10 feet.
Is that the range of it? Yeah, I guess
the range is 10 feet.
Okay, yeah, great. That would have been fine. In that case, you and Al can have a reaction against this person.
Oh,
wait.
I can have.
I'm sorry, not Al. I meant to say North.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not there, Al. What do you want to do, North?
How many feet up is he?
He's just flying right past you because he's just like going over your head and trying to gain a little bit of altitude.
Could I try to swat him out of the air with my short sword?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Alrighty. Let's see. I have to shoot this. Hopefully this does it. I very seldom use this, so all right. Let's give him a little.
All right, that's definitely gonna hit. Roll damage. The way you roll damage is you click on the word short sword where it appeared in chat in the roll pop.
Oh, okay. All right.
8. Oof. So yeah, combined with the necrotic damage from before, that is going to be enough. You bonk him. Do you want to non-lethally hit him, or do you want to?
Yeah, I don't want to be tried for
I suspect
murder
that would be the
in an
case
unknown
based on what you said. But you just kind of whap him once on the head, and he just falls unconscious. Crazy Cat Lady, I'll let you make a dex save to try and snag the orb out of the air as he falls and drops it. If you would like to do so.
Dex save. Here we go.
No, and it falls and begins rolling across the floor down the hallway. As we move around, now it is the top of the initiative. Do you see all those Durgar just kind of setting up, like I said, traps here at the edge, and trying to like set up a barricade to block anyone coming back with the orb. You see Wapo kind of standing over at the cash register, and he's chilling. And getting ready to accept anyone. What do you want to do, Al?
Hey, you know, Dorgar, you guys look like you really know what you're doing. I mean, this looks like some pretty interesting ingenuity you got here. Are you guys currently?
And they kind of look back at you. Go ahead and make me. They look back at you and just give you a very strange look. We're not currently, I would say. We're self-employed entrepreneurs of sort.
Ooh, well, I do have a company that you might want to work for. I could use some people like you. You guys look like you know what you're doing. You know how to move product. You know how to set up products. You seem like you know a lot of what you're doing. If you'd like to, I could give you all 500 gold right now, and you could I could go show you around my my warehouse if you'd like.
They kind of think for a while. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check.
All right.
They're looking at you, and this one seems pretty interested in it. And he's kind of going, "Say 500 gold cash up front."
Yep. And then it would be 100 gold probably each per day. I'm.
Boys. You took care of it. I want to have a word with what you say your name was, sir.
Oh, Al Nyere, or
Al.
as my friends like to call me.
Yeah,
know?
I'll go with Al. It's nice to meet you. Yeah, I'd love to discuss a little bit more business. I'm certainly interested in whatever ventures you're up to. And he begins kind of like walking away, and he kind of like goes up and puts his arm around you. And you do have the cash for that, right, Al?
Of course. You know, but I don't try to you know, double cross, because I mean I have more money coming for you. You know, 500 gold isn't that big of a deal, but like I have a lot more money.
And yeah, you say that, and he's kind of like got his arm around you, and he's walking out and going with you. He still seems to have his two other goons that are there waiting for the thing, but you've pulled off the leader again in this instance by promise of money, and that's going to bring us, and that's probably all you got time for on your turn. That's going to bring us to Navera. Navera, you are hurt. There's a whole bunch of Aarakocra around you that can't take reactions.
Good. And okay, so is the Minotaur currently between Navera and the rolling orb?
No, you can make a straight shot away for it if you want.
Okay,
Pick it up.
Navera sprints towards the rolling orb and tries to pick it up as she goes.
All right, yeah, you do that. That's no problem. You grab the orb. You got your jumps, so you can go out the more efficient way you came.
Can she rip a few arrows out of her quiver and tuck it in there?
Yep. You knock an arrow to the quiver and get ready for what's to come.
No, I mean like put the orb inside her quiver where she keeps the arrows.
Oh yeah. You just toss it into your pack then. Yeah, that's no problem. Quiver.
Okay. And so you were saying the dwarves were putting up. Wait, sorry. Is she in? Can she even see these dwarves?
Yeah. If you're gonna jump up on top the way that you came.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see the dwarves, and now there's two of them. One of them has a light crossbow, and the other one's got like a club, and they've just set up like a little wall.
Okay. Are they in front or surrounding the cash register?
They are basically surrounding the cash register, getting ready to just take out anyone who goes near it.
Okay. Can she cast fog on the two dwarves?
Yeah, absolutely. You hop up, you grab the thing, and then you cast fog, and you're on top. That's about all you have time for on your turn, but a fog cloud appears in the space. Like crossbow, it's going to be a D8. And yeah, they're just there kind of waiting, but they finished their setup last turn, so they're not quite, they don't have an opportunity attack ready or a prepared action ready. And that's all for your turn as we move on to Lana. Your ally has ducked away with the orb, but there's still three. There's some Aarakocra that are trying to give pursuit. One of them is unconscious. Both of the other two left are hurt. What do you want to do, Lana?
Honestly, I should just keep providing cover for her.
All right.
Is there, can I see the dwarves as well?
You can see the dwarves. When you run out to the end of the thing in a little bit, you'll be able to see the dwarves.
Nice try.
Would it take my sprints?
It would, yeah, it would in this case take your sprint, unfortunately.
All right.
So yeah, you don't have the extra jump in this instance. So you want to just run out and get into the area?
Yes.
Yeah, you run out, and you actually, you know what? You don't see the dwarves. What you see is just a fog of clouds, of fog surrounding the cash register. So you actually can't see the dwarves. The dwarves are in it. You can kind of hear them from within it, kind of muttering though, "What's going on here?" And kind of like just sounding generally confused. As we move on to North, what do you want to do? North, you knock that Aarakocra unconscious. Your allies are running away with the driftglobe. There's two still up near you, and then
really quickly,
yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna check the pulse of the guy that I just conked in the head. Make sure I didn't just
You don't
knock more than his lights out. And
I was gonna say you don't even need to. You kind of look down and you see like some just very low heaves of breath still up.
all right, sorry about that. I've got a wizard I'm delivering a light ball to. Is there any? I'm surrounded by magical items, right?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything on the wall that would be able to help me or help the friends? Maybe like I don't know. I'm not keen on magical items. What is it? Like what's that one from that one story they tell all the time? The one that's like a rug.
You're looking for the magic carpets.
Yeah, one of those. Do they have any of those
Go ahead and
nearby?
make an investigation check.
I can't tell if it's just a really
You're looking
ornate
around.
carpet or a
Yeah, it
magical
might-
ornate
It
carpet.
might be just you spend a lot of time looking at one particular carpet before you realize, no, this is just carpet. It seems they have a lot of mundane things here as well. And I think at the end of your turn, you look right next to it and you see there's a broom for carpet sweeping, and you realize, oh, well, that may be a mundane carpet, but that might be a magic broom. But I think because of the one, you spend your turn basically looking for the thing. But you now have access to a flying broom, which is one person.
I'm just gonna shout to the rest of the teams, like, I'll be over there. I'm gonna see if I could get something to help you guys. Maybe spruce up the ship, but mostly, for the most part, I'm getting something to help you guys get the thing. That is a really nice deal. Goodness golly.
Excellent. And yeah, you're looking over the rug and all the incredible value that you can get in the space as we move next initiative to Crazy Cat Lady. What do you want to do?
All right. So, who has the orb?
That'd be me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many of the Aircraft are left?
There's two up in the area. Both of them are hurt from the thing.
All right. I'm gonna rush over and. Is there anything nearby that I can just grab as I run over and bash them with?
Yeah, you can just pick up off the. There's like a baseball bat. It looks like that you can just.
I'm going to grab that baseball bat as I run over and bash them.
All right. You probably do have proficiency in clubs. Simple weapons.
Yes, simple weapons.
All right, this is a club. So go ahead and roll a strength check and add your proficiency, and then.
All right. Strength check plus proficiency. Because my sheet does not want to work for some reason.
Yeah, just to hit the. Or are you hitting the button and it's not rolling? If you just click on your strength score, or just tell me what your strength score is, and then roll a d20 and add it. Do it direct. Okay, there you go. 14 is going to you're going after this Aarakocra. 14 is going to hit for sure. So roll a d20 and add your strength, or sorry, roll a d6 and add your strength for damage. Roll on a d20.
All right.
Crazy Cat Lady's strong.
Crazy Cat
Oh
Lady
no, that was
has
with the
strength.
proficiency. Oh, that was the proficiency, of course. Yeah, you bonk one of the Aarakocra, and it just kind of goes, "Cow!" As it hits. It's not enough to take it out, but it hits, and it looks like they're very sad and necrotic and hitting the head with a baseball bat. As we're moving on to the next initiative, which is the foe turn. That Aarakocra is going to look at you, and they're just going to make a talent attack against you. It's a 16.
That hits.
You hit them with the baseball bat, and they go, "Ow! How do you like it?" And then just smack at you with the claw, and you take 4 slashing damage as they seem to be frustrated. The other one's coming straight after you, Navera. They move upwards, provoking an opportunity attack from Lana if you wish to make one.
Save me.
Of course, I'll make one.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. No, you moved away from the space. You're down the end. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's my bad. So they just go straight up, and then they're going after you, Navera. I need you to make me an acrobatics or athletics check to dodge. Your choice, 15. All right, you see they just kind of start diving at you, and they have their hands outreached, and they see you don't have the orb, so they just kind of push you off the top of the bookcase, but you kind of move past, and they just whiz by, their attack ineffectual as we move on to the end. Al, you're talking to this Dwergar. So what were you saying again about stock options?
Oh yeah, we have plenty of stock options. We got jobs in our warehouse if you're interested. We got all this.
Oh, I'm certainly interested in that. And what kind of work would we be doing?
Oh, just showcasing some of our items, helping customers by, showing how to set up, their portable holes and their immovable rods, that type of stuff.
Installation, I see what you're saying. And if maybe, they're not paying properly for the things that we're installing, we go in and we sort of rough them up a bit. Is that what we're getting at?
Oh, yeah, getting the money is exactly what we need to do.
And you're having this conversation kind of completely distracted at this point, as is this person. You can take an action if you would like to, if you have a minor thing you'd like to do. But are you basically talking to this dude?
My minor thing is, hey, are you gonna bring your friends, or they're not gonna work with me, work with us? Because I kind of was a package deal, all three of you,
He goes, no, they're interested. I just have them. Well, we're trying to pick up one of those drift globes. Gonna scallop it out here. Worth quite a bit,
All right, no problem. And just continue talking.
Yeah, you just keep talking business. And these two who are over on either side, those photarns. Oh, those Dwergar have crossbows. They both. Well, the one with the crossbow has levied it at you now, Navera, and is just holding it in your direction, seemingly waiting for you to come.
Can he see through the fog?
Oh, wait, you're right. I forgot that he was in the fog cloud. My mistake. He doesn't know nothing about nothing. He's just ready and attack at anything. So in that case, it is now your turn, Navera.
Right, okay. Is the bird near Lana? The Coheir, whatever.
Near the what?
Near Lana, the Minotaur?
No.
Okay. Right, okay. These immovable rods that you said they place in the sky, I don't know how immovable rods work, but can you use them as a sort of monkey bar?
You could, for sure.
Right.
The problem is they're also now in the fog cloud.
Damn. Right. Okay, all of them. I mean, the alternative is getting shot, and they won't look up, so might as well
Just dive
try and
into
go
the
for it.
breach.
Yeah, try and grab out for two of those immovable rods she'd seen beforehand.
All right, so you're just you jump down and begin just dashing forward into the fog cloud. Go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw to avoid not crashing into anything or falling into anything in this area. 24, you step into it and you feel your foot start to lighten, and you see that one of the portable holes that they had set up, you're about to fall into it, but you just, with your extra jump, kind of tuck over it. Your head leans back as you duck underneath one of the immovable rods that is set up in the space, just in the relative chaos here, and then. Yeah, there's just a two Dwergar. I also need you to make me a stealth check to see if they know that you're moving into the fog when this happens. All right, and they're going to make perception checks. There's two of them here, and they have disadvantage because of the fog, so that's a 3 and a 10. Yeah, they don't get you. They're just kind of waiting to attack anything that comes in, but they don't see you enter in. The problem is you're now you can tell that you're in the register now, you're at the register, and you can hear the little gnome there, but he doesn't seem to be aware that you're there to buy it. You can just kind of hear him muttering to himself, oh no, I hope this doesn't get too out of hand. Oh geez.
Can she reach over to tap him on the shoulder? Or is it,
I think not all on this turn.
Yeah, gotcha.
And that's going to bring us next to Lana. You can see the fog cloud. You see Navera dive into it. You can just hear sounds and stuff. What do you want to do? You can move into it also if you'd like.
That's probably not the smartest thing to do since I can't, not exactly, stealth is not my best.
All right, just gonna crash through.
Actually, I'm going to take I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna take one of those nearby shelves and just kind of push it off in front of the fog so they can't take pop shots should the fog.
Okay, you just basically create makeshift cover. Go ahead and make a strength check to bring down this huge. Yeah, no problem. With your massive Minotaur strength, you pull down the barrier and create a nice wall in between so that you have full cover if they try to attack. And as soon as you do so, the one that has his ragged crossbow attack, just an arrow just fires out of the fog towards the sound as he thinks something's getting close and kind of panics, and you just see it harmlessly thunk into the cover you just made. as he burns his ready to action on that. As we move now to north. Yeah, it's north next. North, you got yourself a nice broom.
Okay, so is the broom actually magical? Is that confirmed?
It
Do I have
appears to
to?
be. It appears to be. You have to do you have to say a magic word to make it activate though.
Can I look around the handle, or maybe like where it was hung up on the wall?
Yeah, there's you see a little sign, kind of like those press here to try kind of things, and it just says say up to try.
Up to try.
And just on the word up, you watch as the broom snaps into life and seems to be floating off the ground. Would you like to you hop on?
Okay, this looks really uncomfortable. Tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get my halberd. I'm gonna put it so that the pointy end is on the back, and I have a plan here. It's a dumb as heck plan, but who has the ball right now? The
Navera has it. Navera is right within the space.
Okay.
She's right up at the register.
Oh, right up there?
Or he's right up at the register. Yeah.
I guess I'll just
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah.
I'll make my way over that way since she's already at the register. I'll be kind of a patrolman, I guess. Kind of be
Okay, yeah.
at the ready.
The
Can
eye
I
in
get
the
there
sky.
and ready
There's
in
two
action
dwarves.
to swoop down and bludgeon anyone that tries to interfere?
Yeah, you'd have to hang a little bit lower to do that, but I think that's reasonable.
Absolutely.
So yeah, you're kind of hovering right over the top of the fog cloud, just scraping along it, and getting ready to attack anyone that goes after it. As we move next in initiative you all see just the broom kind of go over and just kind of float over into the space. As you also
Look
have
at me,
that
I'm
beeline.
flying! Yeah!
It's pretty quick. As now we move on to Crazy Cat Lady. There's chaos. There's chaos in a fog cloud. You have no idea what's going on. You see Lana putting down barricades. People are flying. What do you do?
Where's the orb in all of this?
The orb is somewhere in the fog cloud with Navera.
I'm going to take my newly acquired baseball bat
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah, you're still battling this Aarakocra.
yeah, and I'm going to smack that Aarakocra again.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll. A 10? Oh, just misses, unfortunately. You go to swing, the Aarakocra kind of ducks and just goes, "Caw!" and floats out of the way. Is that all for your turn?
Yeah, crazy colleagues. I will have you for dinner.
The battle
You giant
continues.
turkey.
As he's going to slash at you with his claws. The Aarakocra goes, I ain't afraid of no cat! And slashes at you. 5 points. Is Crazy Cat Lady still up?
Yes, she is. She's
All right.
level 30, so yes.
Okay, cool. Oh, shit, yeah. All right, yeah, the Aarakocra is still coming at you as you guys are engaged in this, a similar duel to the lizard folk duel of the beginning. And that's going to bring us around about to, that's going to bring us to the foe turns. The foes are going to look for you in the fog, and you still have disadvantage. Oh wait, that's dexterity on the Dwergar. What am I doing? They're going to look for you in the fog. That one definitely does not. And this one does. You see one of the Dwergar kind of is maneuvering through and reaches out and places a hand on your shoulder and is going to attempt to grapple you, Navera. Oh, Jesus. You're making acrobatics or athletics check to dodge.
Right, I suppose after acrobatics has been working pretty damn well for us, so let's keep going with it.
Don't crit fail.
Don't crit fail. Yeah, it'll be hard.
Actually, I think you win in a crit fail. Yeah, you're good.
Ta-da.
They go to put a hand on your shoulder and go, all right, now I'm gonna be taking that orb and go to put the hand down, and you just kind of move out of the way, and it's Al's turn. You continue negotiations.
Yep. So we have our standard package. Will you guys be needing the crazy wizard insurance or not? I don't know.
Oh, I'm not certain about any crazy wizard insurance or anything like that.
Oh, okay. You just keep discussing.
He just looks confused. Yeah, you guys talk business. Navera, you're at the register. You got the orb. What do you do?
Right. Well, I suppose now that the jig is up, because I guess the mate will hear his friend talking to her. She dispels the fog, says, "Suck it, stunty," and goes to talk to the cashier. She says, "I'd like to buy one orb, please."
You see Wapo, who's terrified, reaches out. You kind of hold the orb out. He just grabs it, and he goes, "Sold!" Grabs it, takes it, runs it across the register. You hear a beep. He just goes, "The orb's sold! The orb is sold, everyone! The orb is done! It's done! It's done! It's done!" And he starts waving his hand in the air, and you see the Dwergar kind of like deflate a little bit. A lot of people in line who mostly dispersed because they were scared of the bloodshed outside. But the Aarakocra who were left are kind of sad, and you guys have successfully purchased the orb.
Serves a dwarf right for thinking they could outmaneuver an elf.
Shopkeep. Hey,
yes, sir.
how do I get down?
And on that note, as you're just kind of like cruising up in the air, going higher and higher and confused, I think that's where this particular adventure concludes.
Right.
The shopkeep is dragging you down. Al's going off to talk business, and the rest of you are standing in the rubble of this war in the store.
Navira's
Right.
going off to get revenge and report the ant person to a police officer for causing all this trouble.
I was just trying to help.
You're bitter, man!
Do I need to start carrying around a spray bottle?
And with that,
bad
everyone, that's going to bring us to the end of our first adventure of the evening. Thank you.
I still want that turkey.